Hey guys, this is Adam for Social Stoic, and in today's video I'm going to share with you everything you need to know about traveling to and dating in Bogota, Colombia. I'll give you my top tips for dating the local women, the best day game spots, the best night game spots, where you should stay, which dangerous places you should avoid, the best places to eat, what the culture's like in general. Basically, I'll share with you everything you need to know to have a successful and fun trip there.
Colombia is the place to be for night adventures.
Nights and days.
Right?
Yeah.
There are two tips in particular in this video that you're definitely going to want to know about, and one of them almost nobody talks about, and it's almost certain that if you're not aware of it, it will ruin your entire trip. So let's get straight into it. 3 a.m. Colombia, we landed, getting active. A return flight from London to Bogota will set you back around £700 give or take. You fly from Heathrow with Avianca. It's an 11-hour flight and overall it was pretty comfortable actually in economy, not too bad. The only thing I would say is the food wasn't so good, so definitely buy your own food before the flight at the airport. And also, even though it was an evening flight, for some reason they didn't turn the lights off on the plane, so if you're planning on sleeping, definitely bring an eye mask. So I would recommend getting accommodation in the Chapinero area near Zona T. That's definitely an area that has a lot of police presence and overall it feels very, very safe. The place that we stayed at had a heated pool, well-equipped gym, a sauna, a spa. There was a rooftop with a pool table, a rooftop restaurant with views of the whole city. We had that and it just makes for a much more pleasant experience. And we were paying about £45 a night. Overall, the accommodation is actually very well priced over there. For a really nice condo, you're not going to be paying more than £50 a night. Zona T and the central downtown area feels safer than London, to be honest. There were little to no English-speaking tourists there. It seemed like we were the only tourists in town. We're assuming that most of the tourists go to Medellin and Cartagena and other places. There's pretty much all locals, honestly. Maybe there were other tourists in town, but they all seem to be from Spanish-speaking countries. We seem to be the only English-speaking tourists in town. That means that you do get noticed as a tourist. People do really look at you. As you're walking around, you literally get girls gazing at you for like 10 seconds. The only place that I've had so many IOIs is maybe Thailand. But there was absolutely no dirty looks or any intimidation from the local men. Everyone was so friendly to us. The vibe, the energy of the place is just really positive everywhere that you go. Definitely some of the warmest people I've ever encountered anywhere in the world.
We were wondering if we could ask you some questions for our YouTube channel.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, amazing. Are you rolling? Yeah. Okay, so basically my name's Adam. Okay. I'm from London.
Okay.
And so we have a few questions. Are you from Bogota?
Yes.
Nice. What's your name?
Mariana.
Mariana, Adam.
Adam.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Very feminine handshake. And what's your name?
Silvana.
Silvana. Nice to meet you.
Ron.
Ron.
I don't know how to describe that, but it's...
You have never tried ron?
No, it's my first day. It's my first day.
We'll be here.
You want rum?
Yes.
What is it?
Come with me.
Come with us.
What is it? What is it?
It's
Tell
like-
us what it is.
It's like whiskey, but not it's whiskey.
No,
It's like
it's a
Okay.
drink. It's
like
an alcohol drink, but
Okay.
it's really sweet. It's like maple.
What is it called?
It's maple, yeah?
It's like
It's
maple,
beautiful.
but it's not
I
maple.
like
You're hyping it.
It's my favorite drink.
Okay, you're selling me on it. Slowly.
It's beautiful.
So you two are going to try it, okay? Come on.
Yeah, let's try this.
Come on, let's go.
You're still rolling, bro.
Yeah, fuck it, no. It's fun.
No, it's not.
Is it a street one? Nice.
Come on with us.
I'm rolling.
That's right, Ron.
Oh, shit.
Please, can I
Okay.
can I film you?
You can film me, yeah.
Yeah, I
Can
want
you
to
film
film
it?
that.
Can you film it,
Yeah,
bro?
I'll film him first.
Film
But I
me.
want to film you too.
We will. We'll film.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can film him
Okay,
after.
that is
Okay, so wait. Tell us what it is first.
This is
So right now we are trying
Ron of Medellin. Colombia.
Ron of Medellin. So this is the local drink?
No, it's not the local drink, but it's one of the local drinks.
Okay, got it. Okay.
So you're going to try
Okay, let's
Ron
try it.
of Medellin.
Okay, let's try it.
It
Go on.
tastes like maple.
You're gonna feed me it.
What What do you think?
What do you think about it?
It's really
Yeah,
sweet.
it's good.
Like
It's
maple.
sweet. It's good.
But do you
It's like
it
sweet
or-
whiskey.
It's like
It kind of tastes like sweet Jack Daniels.
Now it's your turn.
it's beautiful that drink.
Yo, here's a mic, bro. Do the review.
The microphone.
Yo.
What's
the review, bro?
the review?
One of the best drinks I've had in my life.
Oh, really?
Straight from Medellin. Shit, it's like
You and me are
it's
How do you feel?
soulmates.
Like soulmates, like twins.
it's crazy. It tastes like
It tastes like what?
whiskey, but very sweet.
Thank you for the experience.
You're welcome.
Thank you for the best hospitality.
So,
It's like we Colombians are very like sociable. You know?
I know, I
We
love
love to talk and we love to meet new people and we love like to just connect with other cultures like you.
you're from London.
High five. We're from London, yes.
You should come and party with us.
We're gonna go to Theatron tonight.
No,
Cantina.
don't go to that room.
We're not going to Theatron tonight. What's wrong with Theatron?
Wait. You need to go to the same party as us, okay?
Party?
It's Cantina.
Here.
Cantina
It's
Sur.
really fun. It's going to be really fun. They're going
Is
to
that
be...
like a sky bar? What is it?
Yeah, it's like a rooftop. A rooftop?
One thing that is no myth about Colombian women is just how attractive their bodies are. They definitely have the curves. When we first arrived, we really noticed it and it stood out to us, but after a while, seeing a woman with no curves actually stood out to us. Literally, all the girls got curves over there. It's very normal. Even the mannequins in the shops we noticed are actually much curvier than the ones in Europe. It's just very, very normal over there. So if you like your curvy women, it's definitely the place to be. Another thing in relation to the women, you meet girls from different socio-economic backgrounds. So, you know, we met girls that are completely broke, very poor families. We also met some girls who were very wealthy. So one of our students' girls, she was literally driving him around in a Maserati. I would say about 1 in 4 of the girls speak decent kind of broken English, okay? So I would have happily gone on longer dates with a lot of the girls that I met over there because they were lovely, but because I don't speak any Spanish, it really prevented me from connecting with a lot of the girls deeper beyond just a physical and a sexual connection. If you do speak Spanish, you're gonna absolutely love it out there. But what I would say is, even if you don't speak Spanish, the lack of language actually just allows you to turn up the heat and actually, you know, really amp up the non-verbals and make everything a lot more seductive and sexual.
You understand? Language is not important. We can talk with our eyes.
Claro.
You understand, yeah? Tú es claro.
If you want something casual, the lack of Spanish really isn't a problem.
You're in good shape, though. Yeah.
But if you're looking to connect deeper with the girls, and of course, if you really want to fully experience Colombia, knowing a little bit of Spanish is going to be amazing. So I would actually recommend, if you're going there in say 6 months' time, go on some of these apps where you can practice a bit of Spanish and at least try and learn a little bit. It's really going to enhance your experience.
Londres is my city.
Londres. Ah, good.
Yes.
Super.
Nice. That's good.
Okay.
Well, I'll add you. +57. Very, very receptive. Girls of that caliber in Europe, your game's got to be like a lot tighter. Here, even as a beginner, you can do very well with the very, very hot girls, 8s and above, you know, whereas a lot of places in Europe, you've got to have very, very tight game to get access to those girls. Catwoman. You look like this. See. Like all black.
Ah, black.
Yeah, good to meet you. Good to meet you. I'll give you a hug. Good to meet you, and maybe see you later.
Okay, bye.
Represent. Bye-bye. Do you like the very feminine girls as well? Like me and Martin on the camera here, we've been on a few dates, and like, they're just so affectionate.
I was on many first dates where girls were treating me with so much affection, you know, after 30 minutes, already holding my hand and kissing it and just treating me like a boyfriend. One thing that I really loved about Colombia, guys, was actually how tasty the food and the drinks are. Yes, you can spend a little bit less and eat street food. We weren't really doing too much of that. If you are going to restaurants, it's actually surprisingly pricey, probably only a little bit less expensive than London. but it is really tasty, and there really was variety of food. You know, there's a lot of steakhouses, pizza. Some of my favorites was actually the Peruvian and the Mexican food. That was surprisingly tasty.
The famous sandwich place now, the Peruvian spot.
Soy extranjero.
Excuse me? Do you speak English?
Yeah.
Yeah? The sandwiches are good in there, right?
Yes.
Yeah, no, you left like, you look very happy. Like you're fed and now you're satisfied. You know? Right? One fast food chain that I would really recommend in Bogota is Baku. They're dotted all around the city, and it was the one place we could actually find a lot of really tasty food that was actually really clean. It's all freshly made. There's a real variety of food. It comes nice and quick as well, and it doesn't break the bank. So I wish we had a place like that in London, to be honest. Probably one of the best fast food chains that I've ever eaten at anywhere in the world. 10 out of 10 for Baku. Soy extranjero. Yeah?
I know.
Are you, high five. You know all, yeah? Oh, you did a boom. High five. What's your name? Your hands are so small. Tiny hands. Who has small? Whoa, look at this. Oh my god. Let me see yours. I'm too big for you. Yours are small as well. Oh my god. Who has longer hair? Whoa.
Yes, both.
Whoa. Your hair's so long. Damn, I like that. As far as drinks are concerned, they really do go OTT with the cocktails. I saw some crazy looking cocktails in some of the rooftop bars. And again, they're not gonna break the bank, pretty reasonably priced. A rooftop bar that I would really recommend is Astoria Rooftop, right in the middle of Zona T. Really, really good atmosphere, perfect seating for dates. Just a great vibe overall. And you could always get a seat there, even on a Friday, Saturday night. Definitely Astoria Rooftop is a place I would recommend as a date venue.
How old are you?
How old do you think? Maybe I'm too big for you.
¿Cuánto le pones? Como... yo creo que... 29.
29, say again. 29? What do you think?
20... 27.
26.
Oh, okay. He's a liar.
I'm just very wise. How old are you? Like 20?
21.
Oh, you're a little baby.
Yes.
I have a lot to teach you.
Oh,
How old are you?
no creo.
20. Nice. You have very nice long hair as well. That's good. Keep growing the hair out, girls. You've been growing it out for a long time.
I don't know.
Damn, I like it. I love it long. It looks healthy. It looks very. I love long hair because I can hold it. If it's short, I can't do it. But yeah, cool. Show me how you look with the sunglasses. Ooh, yeah, I want to see. Damn, like from the Matrix.
Yeah.
Nice. Another thing that I actually loved, which a lot of people complain about, is the cool, mild climate. It always basically feels like September. It's always between 19 and 22 degrees. Unlike Medellin, which is roasting, which is always 28. The weather, spot on. Perfect for day game. Just keep in mind, you know, in Bogota, you're high altitude, surrounded by mountains. So in the evenings, it does get a little bit chilly. So you want to just bring a light jacket for the evenings, but in the daytime, you'll always be in a t-shirt. The first time we went in February, we did actually experience some heavy tropical rainfall. But the second time in June, we didn't have any of that at all. It was sunny every single day and we were there for 2 weeks. Are you best friends?
Yes.
Nice. I can feel the energy.
Oh, so cute.
So you study medicine, yeah?
Yes.
That's cute. What field, like what area of medicine, what field would you like to go into?
Cardiology.
Ah, nice.
Plastic surgery.
And what about you?
Plastic surgeon.
Oh, okay, that's cool. We were told about a place called Santa Fe, which is one of the most dangerous ghettos in Bogota. We went there in an Uber during the daytime, And as you drive around, you see prostitutes standing absolutely everywhere. And it was literally just a Tuesday afternoon. And out of curiosity, we asked the Uber driver, you know, how much do these girls actually make? And he said, oh, they charge about $5 an hour, which we were totally shocked by. Then he said, no, I'm exaggerating. They often charge less than that. Quite sad in many ways, you know, seeing these girls standing there and the poverty. Obviously, I wouldn't know. I haven't experienced it myself, nor ever would I. But the taxi driver was saying that if you were to get with one of the prostitutes, you would likely get drugged and robbed. So, you know, they would probably steal your phone at best, maybe much worse. So I definitely wouldn't recommend you guys getting with any prostitutes in Colombia or anywhere else in the world. It's a terrible idea. That is the complete opposite of what this channel is about. There is police presence in the ghetto, but they don't seem to be interrupting the activities there. It seems to be very self-sustained. You definitely couldn't go there at nighttime. Even in the daytime, we were trying to film from the car a little bit, and we had people actually coming up to our car. You probably wouldn't even want to take an Uber there at night. It's a very dangerous place. One of our students, Martin, he literally witnessed a taxi driver, GTA style, getting carjacked, dragged out of the car and beaten up. He said it was literally like Grand Theft Auto style, you know, he'd never seen anything like that. And that was a taxi driver. Taxi drivers are often, you know, some of the most streetwise people. So you can imagine how dangerous it is if a taxi driver is getting dragged out of a taxi and beaten up. So, you know, we really wanted to go there because we were curious to see it, but I probably wouldn't recommend it.
Look at this. Yo.
Party car, yeah?
The Ubers are absolutely dirt cheap. You're never gonna be paying more than $10 for like a Uber, and that would be a very long journey actually.
One place that I really loved in Bogota was the club Teatron. It's a nightclub with over 20 rooms. I've never really been to a nightclub anywhere in the world quite that large. There's over 20 rooms. Each room has a slightly different genre of music. You have large rooms that are like a rave vibe. You have rooms playing traditional music for salsa dancing. You even have rooms with pool tables that are a little bit more mellow, a little bit more chill. There's even restaurants, there's outdoor areas blasting music where it literally feels like you're at a rave or a festival. It's so big that the first day I was there, I actually only saw about half of the place. It's a place that's epic to do night game. It's absolutely packed until 5 a.m. Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturday nights. Teatron is actually a gay club. Most of the men in there are gay, and most of the girls are actually either bi or straight, which makes it perfect for night game because it just means that there's absolutely no competition. Even the lesbians that we met in the club, they were very friendly. They were not aggressive towards us straight men. It's a perfect place to do night game. The best club I've ever been to in my life, for sure. I was there with a few students, and a lot of them, you know, they're guys who prefer day game. They don't do too much night stuff. And even they absolutely loved it. It's got a capacity of 5,000 people, which means that you can never burn the place out. If I would recommend you to check out one place in Bogota, it would be Teatron.
We were doing some interviews with girls and they're really not accustomed to day game. No one really does day game over there at all.
Here in Bogota, do men ever approach you on the street?
Not usually, because people, I don't know, it's different because of security.
Okay, so it doesn't, not too much.
It's not like this. No,
Okay.
no.
But you're open to meeting people like naturally, like if they approach
Yes,
you?
in the club.
In Zona
In the club,
In the club.
Not on the street?
not on the street.
No.
Okay, not even if it's me.
dangerous, you know.
It's dangerous, yes.
He wants my cell phone or something. Yeah.
But as a tourist, if you're opening girls in English, they're definitely not going to be thinking, you know, this guy might rob me, so that's really not a factor at all. So the fact they don't get day gamed at all is great. It means that there's a real opportunity for people to actually go out there and get some great results doing day game because it's very novel.
Excuse me, 2 seconds. Do you speak English?
Yes.
I was just walking to meet my friend over there, and I saw you walking, and I love the way you walk.
Me?
The way you move your hips when you walk.
Yes.
Yeah, you're like you're on a catwalk.
Like what?
Like you're on a catwalk.
Oh, okay. okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Latin girls, when they walk, they move different to girls in Europe.
Oh, okay. Different, yes.
Yeah, I love
Where
it.
are you from?
Where do you think I'm from?
No, from Europe?
Yes, see?
You say Europe? No,
Well-
I don't know. England?
Yes, from London.
Yes.
I'm from London.
London. Okay.
High five.
Okay, good.
You're a smart girl.
Yes.
Intelligent.
Yes.
Yes?
Thank you.
You're from Bogota.
I'm from here.
Oh, nice.
I walked down here and I tripped over that. Like, you have to be very careful walking down the street here because there'll be random cables, random like bits of metal sticking out of the ground, potholes. So walking down the street is a hazard for you twisting your ankle. So be very careful walking down the street here. Daygaming here is a little bit hazardous in that sense with all the stuff on the street. But apart from that, pretty solid.
If you want, I can give you my Instagram.
Yeah, we can stay in touch. Maybe if I have time before Monday, we can have a mini adventure.
Yes, maybe
But
we can go and eat something or
Yeah, we can go explore, but I have 2 rules for you.
as yes.
I want you to wear heels.
I need to wear heels?
Yeah.
Oh,
And
I love heels.
Perfect. And I need you to also bring very positive energy.
Ah, no, I'm always
can do that?
positive.
Good.
Yes, of course.
This is you, yeah?
Yes.
This
What
is
is
me.
your Instagram?
Ren to Adam.
Okay, good.
Boom.
Okay. I accepted it.
I'll give you a hug.
Bye.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
Have a
you.
good day.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye.
The day game was a little bit underwhelming, you know, because the night game is so good and there's so many people out. I think the night game really shines in Bogota. Day game is still doable in Zona T. I would recommend doing it in the shopping mall. You can absolutely do day game over there in Zona T in the Chapinero area in particular. I wouldn't venture out to do day game beyond those areas though. But if you stay in Chapinero and Zona T, you've got the shopping mall, you've got a lot of touristy streets, a few parks. So there's definitely a lot of potential for day game, but I think the night game is so good that the night game just outshines the day game overall.
They got these party buses everywhere. They're playing reggaeton, and it's just like, yeah, they just love partying. It's fucking nuts.
Adam,
Okay.
nice to meet you. Oh, hey! Damn, you're in good shape. Where's your favorite place to meet men?
At the disco.
At the disco, yeah? Yeah. Okay, what about you?
Yeah, at a party. Party.
Okay. Have you ever met a man on the street or in a coffee shop?
No. No.
Never?
Never. Never.
You've never been approached on the street here in Bogota?
No.
Never? Never. Wow. Okay.
Bogota has 7 million people. In the city, another 3 million in the surrounding towns and villages. So that's 10 million people. So there's no danger of competing for the same girls or, you know, there not being enough volume of girls to approach. It just feels like there's infinite volume. It's a very, very big city.
+57.
317. Ah, bueno, sí.
You guys got a good vibe. Damn, you have a really small waist.
Yes?
Yeah, like,
Thank
is
you.
it, do you go to the gym?
No.
Do you have abs?
No.
Pretty strong though.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yo think 317.
What's your favorite part of a man's body?
I think the smile.
Okay.
Yeah.
Smile?
Eyes too, like.
Eyes and smile.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mira.
Good answer. That's you?
So now we're getting into the most important part of this video, one of the dangerous aspects of Colombia, the topic of getting scoped and getting spiked. Getting spiked in Colombia is absolutely no joke. It's not something to be taken lightly. It's something you need to be very careful about, and you need to take certain precautionary measures to protect yourself. What does it mean to get scoped? Well, there's actually a great clip by Kurt Kaz where he explains exactly what scopolamine is and what getting scoped means. He actually lives in Medellin, Colombia, so he explains it beautifully. I'm going to play the clip and I'm also going to critique one thing that he said, which is actually very important.
Scopo is just short for scopolamine, which is a drug that you can find in this part of the world that grows naturally. I don't know if you've ever seen that white flower. You can see it sometimes, like if you're driving on the road, you can see it growing in trees. It kind of looks like a trumpet, so it grows down, it's white. They call it devil's breath or devil's trumpet. Basically what happens is there are girls that actively go out and search for naive tourists and use this drug to rob them. So what they would do, it would often be 2 or more girls they would prey on an unsuspecting foreigner, they'd go out for drinks with him and slide in some scopolamine into his drink.
In this video, Kaz explains that it's 2 or more girls that will scope a tourist. Once he's drugged and sedated, they'll rob his stuff. And, you know, they have gangs that operate behind them that are able to hack into crypto accounts and bank accounts. They completely, you know, fleece you and steal all your things.
But I think that if you have common sense, you wouldn't allow 2 or 3 random chicks off Tinder into your apartment on the first date and just go out and start drinking with him, right?
So these guys assume that 3 random hot Latinas want to come directly to their apartment.
That's correct.
So Kaz is probably correct that it's usually 2 or more girls that will scope you. But even this can be potentially misleading and problematic advice because he said 2 or more girls. It could actually just be 1 girl targeting you, and that means that, you know, if you're with a solo girl, you might really have your guard down and think, okay, everything's fine, you know, she's just on her own. In February, our friend actually met a solo girl who was on her own. He met her outside a club. She actually ended up scoping him and robbing him back in his hotel room. We know of another guy who was a friend of a friend who actually ended up dying as a result of getting spiked in Medellin. The dose that they gave him was basically too much. He fell asleep and he never woke up again. Always be watching your drink, okay? Absolutely paramount that you always have an eye on it, okay? If you leave your drink at the table and maybe go to the toilet or the bar and come back, I wouldn't be drinking it again, okay? It's better get another one.
To be drugged and robbed in Colombia is now at an all-time high. This is how quick it is to put something in your drink that could possibly take your life, or at the least leave you vulnerable, sleeping like a helpless baby.
Tinder and Bumble is where you're most likely to meet spiker girls. So you need to be very aware of your own SMV when it comes to these dating apps. You know, how good are your photos? How attractive actually are you? If you're, you know, a very average looking guy and you're getting messages from an ultra attractive girl who wants to meet with you, then that's obviously a red flag, okay? Just because you're in Colombia doesn't mean that suddenly a 10 out of 10 is gonna wanna meet you just because, you know, you're an average looking white dude. These scoper girls, they're actually looking for guys who look like potential targets, okay? So if you look a little bit goofy, a little bit nerdy, then yes, they are more likely to target you, okay? If you look like a strong, switched on guy, then you're much less likely to actually get targeted on these online dating apps. You have to be very wary of girls who are hiding their identity on Tinder or on Instagram or on WhatsApp, okay? If her Tinder profile has pictures of her with a balaclava on, or with various filters that are hiding her face, or even, you know, photos of her from behind where you see her hair and her body, but you don't actually see her face, this is a massive red flag. Does she have a legitimate Instagram profile that she's been posting on over the years? Any hiding of identity, always be very wary of it. One test that you can do is you can suggest to take a selfie with her and send it to one of your friends. And if she's not comfortable with you taking a selfie and sending it to a friend, then that's a massive red flag because she's trying to hide her identity. Another thing that's crucial when you are meeting girls is to actually meet them on your terms. Often the guys that actually are getting scoped and spiked are the weak guys with no game that are very easy to lead and very easy to lead on, okay? So these are the guys that, you know, if the girl tells them to meet at, you know, a location that she suggests, they just, you know, go directly to her location, or they go back to her place very easily. Do not be meeting on her terms and don't be going back to her place, okay? You need to dictate the venues at all times. If a girl suggests a venue, decline it and suggest a different venue. Say that you know a better venue. Even girls who are not spikers, who are trying to get you to follow their lead, you know, maybe you're in a club and she wants you to get bottles for her and all her friends, it would be very bad game for you to actually follow her lead. So you should never do that. The more control that you have over the logistics and all of the other elements of, you know, the date and the interaction, the safer you're actually going to be, and it's better game. Kaz already mentioned it, but don't be going back to your place with 2 or more girls. Spiker girls are often known to operate in pairs.
And the cases are getting worse. They're getting more brazen because they don't fear the consequences. Just look at her. She put something in his drink with no worry of any repercussions. They keep on suggesting the after party, but he was fortunate that his live stream viewers saved him from these wicked individuals.
Don't be going out doing solo night game, okay? You're gonna be much more of a target if you're on your own. So it's much better to be with a wingman or ideally with a group of friends. A spiker girl is often not the most attractive girl. You know, if they're really, really hot, they could just start an OnlyFans, etc. So they can really make money in other ways. So often the spiker girls, the ones that are resorting to this way of, you know, making money, they often are kind of the 6s, maybe the 7s at best. Secondly, they are a little bit more broke. Their fashion will be a little bit more basic. It won't be the best, and, you know, maybe some of their grooming and their hair and makeup won't be, you know, to the level of some of the hottest girls. And thirdly, their English is often very, very poor or completely non-existent. Compare that description to the 2 lovely girls that you saw at the start of this video. You might be wondering, you know, how come you were letting them, you know, feed you that drink Ron? Well, first of all, they spoke solid English, especially the blonde girl. She spoke very good English. Second of all, their fashion and their grooming was pretty good, okay? Thirdly, you could see that they were actually out with a whole group of friends, okay? They weren't on their own. Spiker girls, often it would just be 2 girls on their own targeting guys on the street. So they weren't on their own, so that was a green flag as well. And, you know, finally, you could see that their vibe was very, very genuine, okay? Now, this point, if you have less experience with women, you might not be able to spot this. So if you're a newbie, don't be reliant on, you know, your gut instincts when it comes to this, because you might not have enough reference experience to even know, you know, what kind of energy and vibe is genuine and what isn't. But as someone who's experienced, you know, I could tell that that vibe was very, very genuine, and it's impossible to actually fake such good energy. If you are actually experienced with women, and if you have, you know, good social intelligence, and if you're quite streetwise, if you've traveled a lot, then you're definitely going to be able to, you know, differentiate spikers from normal girls. But if you're a beginner at pickup, I probably wouldn't advise that you go to Colombia for the sake of actually meeting women. That's because you're going to be a little bit more naive and susceptible to actually getting scoped because you haven't got the experience. Those of you with more experience are going to be able to read the micro signals and differentiate, you know, real indicators of interest versus false ones that you would get from a girl who's trying to scope you. In terms of touristy things, there's not actually a whole lot to do in Bogota. One of the main attractions is the Monserrate hilltop. Basically, you take a gondola up to the top of this hill. There's a church up there, and you have a view of the entire city, so you can see Bogota as if it's in your palm. It's a very beautiful view. It's great for sunset as well. If you want to go up into the mountains, you can. Just take a tour with an official tour guide. Don't go out there alone. We were told that, you know, venturing out into the mountains off the beaten path on your own can be very dangerous. Another cool spot is La Candelaria, which is kind of the old town. You have the old cobbled streets. You know, you see the llamas walking around, and it's the most kind of traditional feeling place in Bogota. There's also some cool museums you can check out and stuff, but overall there's not a whole lot in terms of touristy stuff. So even more reason to just do Daygame. So this next point is absolutely critical, and if you don't listen to it, it could potentially ruin your entire trip. And we definitely learned this the hard way when we were there in February. So if you're going to Bogota to have fun, you naturally are going to want the option of potentially, you know, bringing a girl back to your apartment. Let's say, you know, you're out in the club and you meet a girl that you like and you want the option to just bring her back. Well, we actually found in February that you can't do this, okay? You cannot bring guests back to most apartment buildings. And the reason for this problem is because of what we discussed, because of the scoping issue. These apartment buildings, you know, they want to prevent the prevalence of scoping in their building. They don't want to have a bad reputation. They don't want to deal with the police, deal with inquiries. So to prevent this, they actually always have a porter and a front desk controlling exactly who's coming in and out. This is the reason for this problem. So it's very important that you book the right accommodation, and I'm going to tell you the steps that I took the second time I went, which absolutely solved this problem. So what you need to do is actually go on Airbnb and contact the landlords of the different Airbnbs and state exactly what your intentions are. You need to make it clear that, you know, you're going there on holiday to have fun, and you want to have the option to potentially bring back 1 or 2 guests to your apartment, and you want full flexibility to be allowed to actually bring back any guests that you want, not just guests that are pre-registered either before the trip or, you know, early in the morning before the evening begins. You need to get them to write out their guest policy in detail very clearly in the Airbnb chat or via email. That way you have a communication thread, so that if they do not adhere to the guest policy that they've agreed upon, you can actually contact Airbnb and get yourself a refund. Once you've got them to confirm the policy exactly, I would recommend paying with a credit card. That way, if you do have issues with Airbnb not refunding you, then you can actually try get a chargeback directly from your credit card company. The second time that I went, I actually contacted 20 or 30 Airbnb hosts until I found an accommodation that I liked in the right location that had a guest policy that was flexible, that allowed me to bring guests back, you know, with full freedom. Thank you for watching today's video. We offer one-to-one in-field coaching globally. So if you want to improve any aspect of your dating life, get in touch with us. The link is down below. We'll be back very soon with another one. So until next time, peace out.